Ain't nobody cool, man. Play me some Pippin, man.
Bullet holes leaking, people ain't beeping. 4-5 in my draw, got a nigga leaning. QCJ beats and
passing money back. I was in the chat, chatting it up, and a lot of people, man, was rooting for Pass. The first round, you know, Pass went at him, boom. Moneybags first round took the crowd. Man, he was consistent. He was underestimated. Let's keep it real. Pass even admitted that he underestimated Moneybags. Moneybags came in that first round, man, coming at him. Nothing but hunger. Blew Pass first round out the water. You know, and at that time, you know, if you was in that chat, people were like, oh no. Oh snap, man, Pass second gotta be 5. And let me just show you how people's rooting for Pass. Pass dropped that second. A lot of funny jokes in it. And he came at it with some great bars too. Moneybags turned right back around in this second round with even harder bars. His second round with just is not even better than his first round. You know, this is what we you know, we were witnessing. I mean, the second round, Moneybags came in. Consistent bars. Back to back, man. No real dry spots. None. None whatsoever. And people were still hoping Pass would come in with that third round. That was the third round of all time. People were still hoping that Pass would get it together by the third, even though he was down 2-0. 2-0, they were hoping that he came out with a classic, historical third round that would blow Moneybags second round. And we know you gotta be very well prepped up for something like that to happen. You gotta be ready, man. It's a mind thing. You gotta have your whole cap on right before you can just be down 2-0 if it's even possible. And I mean, maybe it is possible. You never know. Things can be, you know, unpredictable at times. But in this case, it wasn't. Moneybags, literally 3-0 Pass. It was hurtful to watch because I'm a Pass fan. I love Pass, but you gotta give credit when credit is due, man. He took all those 3 rounds. I mean, it was his night, man. He's here. He's in this game, and he's hungry, you know. Love a lot of what Pass was saying. He had a lot of consistent bars, you know. The Malibu, white guy Malibu thing, you know. But Team Homie, man, they ain't playing. Let's keep it real. Team Homie coming in with this game, but they ain't playing. So watch the spots. They got some hungry. They got a lot of hungry dudes over there on Team Homie. A lot of hungry dudes. So you know what time it is right there. So get your game right. Get your pen together. Danny Myers, Jonah. I was hoping this battle, you know, will be more of a classic. You know, and you know, there was a lot of technical difficulties. You know, Jonah, I'm a big fan of Jonah. Big fan of Danny Myers. But I didn't. I mean, Danny Myers had a lot of technical issues with his mic, even in the middle of his bars. It was taking a lot of momentum out of it, out of the battle. But overall, bars-wise, they both brought great bars. Danny was very intense, aggressive, consistent with his bars. I would have to give this one. Jonah, you know, he came in too now. I mean, the highlight of the battle was when the lights went out after the Sega. Say when you was playing Sega, I was reading Genesis. Now, oh yeah, you have to.
I'll not worship a false idol. Only the Bible can rival the penmanship I've been blessed with. Every sentence pent is effortless. Every battle I attack with a religious emphasis. Because while you were playing Sega, I was reading Genesis.
Give him that round just for the sake of, after saying it, the lights went out. Jonah, now, he been dealing with a lot of critique, man. A lot of people coming at him hard in the game saying, oh, I don't like his voice, all his biblical, religious thing. I don't know what he's saying. I mean, people looking for anything now after the, I mean, he was at one time held the best underground, unknown rapper out there. He was. I mean, getting props from legends like Moot, even Danny Myers, several talking about Jonah, and he, you know, credit is due. I mean, he is the future, man. He's here, you know. But since the disaster situation, I noticed the criticism went up. Let's keep it real. A lot of people nitpicking too. A lot of people nitpicking, though. Now, oh man, you know, this and that and that and third. Man, the man got some bars, man. I mean, whether you like religion or whatever it is, I mean, it makes sense. He's consistent with what he's saying. You know, he's complex. He can throw something out there that you may not understand, but and you can bring it back down. That's what I mean, that's his thing. We got a lot of, you know, great MCs in the game that do that. I mean, he's similar in how somebody like Lupe will throw a bar at you. You might have to research it to find out. Still, bro, it is what it is. You know, but this battle though, Danny edged it. I would say Danny edged this one. I don't think it hurt Jonah at all. That Psychosis battle, man, he was crazy, man. I'm in your blind spot. What? In your blind spot. Huh? The Agent Smiths, I mean, that's a battle. I should review that one. But I'm gonna ask this one to Danny, man. Danny came with some stuff, bro. He came with some hard bars. Danny Myers took this one, hands down. So we going into Iron Solomon versus B Magic. I'm still reviewing this one, y'all. That's a classic battle between the two, man. I want to look at this one a little longer before I draw a conclusion. But Iron Man was coming in with some stuff. But then again, bro, when I think about some of the things he was saying to beat Magic, though, and how you gonna rep C when your name got a B, starts with a B. And if you understand about, you know, the gang culture, you know, Crips, Bloods, and, you know, people don't even say, like, some words that'll start with B's. You can't say if you're a Crip. And some words starts with a C, you can't say if you're Blood. So he came hard with that one, man. That was a cold piece of work. I mean, that was the second round when Iron Solomon did that one. His first round was crazy. B Magic was consistent with his bars too. I'm leaning more towards Iron in this one. I don't want to rush this one. I might do a review in the future about who I really think won this battle, or the Iron or B Magic. It's just a battle that I'm, you know, appreciate, and I want to be careful with that one. And I don't want to do it. You know how I feel about that one. But anyway, going in, Head Ice versus Big K. This is one of the great battles of that on the card, man. I mean, both sides. Head Ice came in with his first round, both T-Rex reference. I mean, the aggression, man, vintage. I mean, you know, people were going crazy in the chat over his first round coming out the door like that. Big K come back with his first and dropped that Jamaican cool running till the whole building went crazy. I definitely give that first round to Big K. I give that first one to Big K. But Head Ice first round was, I mean, it was cold too. Going into that second round, Head Ice, man, consistent as ever. I mean, his performance was even better than the performance against Arsenal. You know, I mean, he came in hard against Big K, and he started talking to Big K. I haven't seen too many MCs or any of Big K's opponent really talk to him like that, you know. He went in on him, man. He came in and he would say, hey, you know, broken it down. I mean, start calling him out on, you know, he's brought up VA, brought up Av, you know. He was getting under his skin. He got under Big K's skin, got him up. They said, let him get salty. How to get that second one to Head Ice. He was on his game, man. Third round, Head Ice came in. Now, a lot of people are saying that Head Ice rapped a little too long. Well, yeah, he did. His rounds were a lot longer than Big K's. That second and third, a lot longer than Big K's. So, you know, his rounds were a little longer, but, you know, in this situation, y'all, you know, we have to. I still can't discredit him based upon that, and I won't. But I will say his third round, he went in talking to Big K. He was talking about VA. He said he been in and out of the city. He know the city. He know you. He know who's all in the city. He was calling out a lot of names and said, and I checked the interview. I said he could have called out a few more other people, you know, and just, you know, brought up some names, let him know, look, bro, I know you hood and where you from. K came in, you know, he did the ring, He talked about the ring, the wolf ring. You know, he imitated Head Ice style, mocked it. You know, talking about, you know, I guess, you know, saying how easy it is. And I'll say, man, you know, his bars, you know, consistent as ever. This I'll put this battle up there with the one he had with Ill Will. Big K is definitely one of the top 10 right now, and I think he's edging the top 5. I mean, give him some time and some more battles, and I'm glad he got to battle somebody like Head Ice. And you can't take anything from Big K, none at all. But I think you look at it as a preference thing. Preference-wise, Big K came in with a lot of comedy. He cracked a few jokes in the third round. Head Ice really he made a couple jokes here and there, but he really was coming at him from an angle, talking to him, talking that street, talking that real to him. And if you preference thing, whatever you like. People been back and forth saying some saying Big K, some say Head Ice. I'm gonna go towards Head Ice on this one. Hey, I'm going toward Head Ice. I like what he said, I like the way he said it, and I like the bars and the setup, man. He was on his game, man. He was on top of his game. That's what I feel. I get out on the Head Ice. Classic battle, great moves, open a lot more doors, and hoping more people give more credit to Head Ice and Big K, and let Big K move on up there, man. Let him know, hey, man, Big K for real. Punched back to back, and I already see in the near future, maybe not this year or next year, but sometime in the near future battle, Big K and Ab's going to be one of the most craziest battles of our time. I mean, one of the most intense battles. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. We can see that coming already. It's going to be a hell of a battle. So, I mean, I don't know when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen. It's going to be right. And it's going to be tight, and I mean security tight. It's going to be a hell of a battle, man. Bar for bar. Yeah. Pack stay, hollow the dawn. He said, what? What is? I mean, wow. You know, look at you go. I mean, it was, you know, it was coming off that one round that they had over there. He and Hollow did the same thing. His first round, he came off the battle they had over there in the UK and kind of completed it. I guess you can say, brought it, you know, made a reference to it in the full circle round to the next 3 rounds. Going in, I would say Hollow took that first one. The second one also. Pat stayed 3rd round. I mean, I never even seen anybody take. He took Hollow's brand, flipped it, loyalty over money, flipped it as many people have done the clips. He brought up the whole clips thing, Psych Out Loud. The fans were like, you know, fans were mostly feeling the building got quiet. I mean, it was a hell of a 3rd round from Pat Stay. But as he said, and I agree with him, he said that he thought that the people were really going to be looking forward to a lot of more intense, I guess you could say, personal rounds towards each other. I mean, really, you know, coming at each other as, I guess you could say, Disaster and Pat Stay had with each other. More of that type of feel. But it wasn't really like that. When Pat went in like that, you know, the fans wasn't laughing as much. They wasn't really feeling it. But when Hollow was like, you know, like on backstroke, people was going crazy. I mean, people were more dealing with, you know, I guess the some of the bars and just jokes. People weren't really feeling that, the personal stuff. You know, it was a misjudgment on his behalf because we know he got the jokes too. He could have went that route, but they weren't really feeling that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't really a real, I wouldn't say a hard loss, Pat, at all. You know, you know, I don't know. The people just you know, weren't really feeling it like that. Not that, you know, in terms of if he would have, I guess, you know, took another approach, it probably would have been a more debatable matchup between the two. But I enjoyed Pat Stay's 3rd round. I thought it was a great round. It really did go into a lot of areas that, you know, about the money behind the scenes, stuff that you don't hear about all the time. It went into that, so overall, you know, it didn't really left a little scratch on Pat. That's about it. Nothing more than that. People had high expectations for you know, for this battle. I mean, as anybody would. You see 2 legends had only 1 rounds over there, and it was just getting hot. Then they stopped it. So the expectation is gonna go up even higher when something like that happens. You know, just like you look at the Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather's battle 5 years after. You know, people looking for him when they was right there at it, young, arrogant, going at it. Then you make people wait 5 years, and when you make people wait 5 years, their expectations go even higher. So that's the thing that this battle had to challenge. You know, could it meet people's expectations? What was people looking for? So I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, I get that one to hollow. Overall, man, Bang. Then I'm gonna go with this whole Baines and DNA. Baines, you know, I feel like he's gonna get some more battles. DNA, you know, that was an easy win for him. Baines, the crowd wasn't feeling him. I mean, he couldn't get into anything, and you know, it was over pretty much. I mean, that's an easy call. DNA won, so that's an easy call. So, you know, XL, Shotty P, XL both came with the great bars with that one, man. I edged the XL though. Overall, man, it was a great event, man, and hopefully I can do a couple more reviews in the near future. But check me out, baby. 110 the Cypher. We ain't playing.
Yeah. Y'all know the business, nigga. Pussy ass niggas. Ain't nobody cool, man.
Play me some Pippin, man.
Bullet holes leaking. People ain't beeping. 4-5 in my draw. Got a nigga leaning. QCJ beats and my